everybody out there on YouTube, on the internet. Welcome to another Castro Sakio review of Marvel Universe and all the Hasbro 3 3/4 inch figures. I've been doing a couple new reviews. Obviously, I've moved on to X-Men, and I really won't drag this one out too long, but here he is, Astonishing Wolverine. Now, there's several Wolverines out there in the Marvel Universe. And of course, he had his own line, which was the movie Wolverine Origins, that had comic Wolverine figures as well as movie-like Wolverine figures with the likeness of Hugh Jackman. But this has been the most sought-after Wolverine in a long time. I guess people really like the Astonishing X-Men series. There will be later in 2012 a Beast from the Astonishing series, so there'll be a Astonishing Beast, which looks more like a, I guess, bear, cat-looking beast creature. And this Wolverine, you can tell that he's the Astonishing one because he's got the little ridges on his costume, little blue peaks on the side, and of course his glove also has a certain design to it, and right at the shoulder, so you can see that here and up here, and that kind of makes it the Astonishing Wolverine as opposed to the regular one, which has the bigger flare on the mask and a different pattern on the outfit. But this is the Wolverine most people are, the definitive Wolverine most people are going to be picking up. This is actually a re-release. The Origins Wolverine lineup back in '09 had this exact same Wolverine. The only difference is it had that face, a different face. And I'm going to go ahead and whip that out. This was the other Wolverine. Now, this is one also came out, or versions of this one came out in the Marvel Universe for the Target series and the X-Men 35th Anniversary Edition. But the face, the head that was used here, was used on the Astonishing Wolverine that came with the Colossus from this lineup, which is the Fastball Attack. Now, the Fastball Attack Wolverine goes for, I think, like $80 to $90 on eBay, which I think is a lot of money for figures that costed $7-8 when they first came out. And I think that pack maybe cost $15 at the max. But people pay top dollar for these things. And I don't really see the point. Now that I have an Astonishing Wolverine, all I gotta do is just take his head up and put it on that, and there you go. But I don't get the Astonishing Colossus. Again, not much articulation to him. You know, he just slams Wolverine in the air, creating the Fastball Attack that has been used in the comics, the movies, and the animated series. So I'm gonna get this puppy open, go over a little bit more Wolverine facts. So be right back. And there he is. There is the Astonishing Wolverine. Let's get him out of his packages. Articulation. This is really one of the good Wolverines. He's got the ball jointed hips that he got in the Origin series, and it has a small thigh swivel. If you can hold the ball joint, it'll do a thigh swivel. Also, it's got the double jointed knee, like so. So I really don't understand the point of the double jointed knee, but anyways. So he's got, I guess he's got foot articulation. Spins around, and he's got these really funky calf. I don't know if you can see it, but it's kind of like bent in a weird place. But whatever. He's got a ball jointed shoulder with no bicep swivel, single jointed, ball jointed elbow. So that's why he doesn't have the bicep swivel. Oh, but he's got the forearm spin. So this is definitely an old figure, and of course he's got the waist and what feels like a ball jointed head. Yep. And Yeah, this is it's a pretty cool figure. This is one of those Wolverine figures that were built to scale. And I'm gonna give you an example, because Wolverine, he's a short guy. Marvel Comics has him at about 5'3", and you know, he's a tough guy. You know, lower this down a little better. Yeah, Wolverine is definitely a tough guy. He's out of Alberta, Canada. And let's compare him to, let's see. Let's compare him to somebody like Spider-Man. Now, when you stand Spider-Man right next to him, Spider-Man, although he's elongated, he's definitely taller, but not by a whole lot. That's saying that Spider-Man should be about, what, 5? Wolverine's 5'3", Spider-Man's probably, I don't know, looks like 5'5", 5'6". No, I don't mind that, 5'8". And compared to another bigger figure, got the Rhino, who towers over Wolverine. And you know, the 3 3/4 inch scale, they don't really do too much what they call true scale from a human being, or whatever their stats are, but they try their best, and you know, I think they did a good job. Like I said, this is a figure back from '09. I like the paint apps on it. You know, it has a really good design. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm really not super duper picky. I do notice smudge in his mask and his eyes, like right up there. I don't know if you can see that. Get a little closer. Don't worry, the camera's gonna focus on that. Yeah, there it is. What are you doing, bub? I smell a rat, bub. But you can see the paint smudges on it. You know, it's not like super clear. But this is a figure that's been out for a few years now, so it's pretty impressive that it stands the test of time, and somehow they managed to convince everyone else to buy it again. Again, it's just the head. You know, this is the same head used in the X-Force 3-pack, and the same body from the X-Men Wolverine Origins, but it's very cool. You know, this is definitely a good Wolverine. I think a more realistic Wolverine compared to his costume counterpart, which looks a little fake. This looks like something somebody would actually wear, and that's why a lot of people like the Astonishing X-Men. Let me give you some more examples of what the Astonishing X-Men are. There's Cyclops. Now, this is a Cyclops from the Astonishing X-Men, and he also has a more realistic bodysuit. And when Beast comes out, he again looks a little bit more realistic. And even when you look at Bobby Drake, you know, the Iceman, which is also the body that Wolverine has, is somebody that's a little more realistic than, you know, a comic book character would be. And that's why people like the graphic novel of the Astonishing X-Men. But you know, apart from his abilities, you know, Wolverine's one of the cooler characters. He is, if you look up there in the Marvel Universe poster, that is the Astonishing Wolverine up there. But Wolverine is one of those characters that, just like Spider-Man, he stands out. He definitely is very memorable. People know him of all ages. You know, Wolverine's one of those characters and one of those figures that, you know, the claws, the healing, you know, his history changes story to story. You know, different lines of the comic tell different versions of how he came to be. The movie told a complete different version of where him and Sabretooth were brothers, and you know, they were running around since they were little, since colonial times into modern time. But you know, if you read some comics from the 90s, it even said that Wolverine may be the son of Sabretooth. So there's a lot of variations on his story, but the mythos, just like Spider-Man, is the same. He has an extremely extremely high stamina. He has regenerative tissue. Not like the lizard where he can grow a whole new limb, but pretty much if he takes a bullet, it'll heal real fast. If he takes cuts, they heal real fast. He's not prone to diseases or drugs or anything that pollutes his body. The body just fights it, kicks it out right away. And of course, he's got the adamantium skeleton. Now, I was reading some of the comics, and I read somewhere that Bullseye at one point had adamantium skeleton. So it's kind of hard to believe that a guy like Wolverine, Weapon X, managed to survive it because of his healing factor, and a guy like Bullseye also got it. So I'll look a little bit more into that when I get to Bullseye. I'll go over that review. But Wolverine, folks, the real deal. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe. I'll have more X-Men coming up for you, and I hope you enjoy. Take it easy.